And she's definitely black.
Joy Reid, thank you. Now that was a read and a mic drop.
So that means that I did better on the SATs than 96% of the white people who took the SATs the same year I did. So it can't just be grades, rank in your class, race, and the SATs. They had to find some other way to get through that 5,000 or some more blacks and get down to me, right? Because then here's the next piece of this. I didn't just get into Harvard. And let's say I got into Harvard just because I was black. Okay, let's go ahead and give them that. How did I get into Yale? Okay. Harvard and Yale, I fooled them, my black self, I fooled them with the blackness. I was black, and they said, just come on in, Harvard and Yale. How did I get into Brown? How did I get into University of Denver? How did I get into Vassor? I got into all the schools I applied to, all of them, except for Stanford, who put me on the wait list. If I was literally just getting into colleges because affirmative action only looked at my race, that's a hell of a feat to do when there were thousands of people that had similar credentials. I had to have had a lot more than race to get into Harvard. And I promise you, as smart as I know my ass is, Katanji Brown is smarter. Smartest person I've ever met in my life. When you smart, I'm smart. That lady is smart on a level I've never seen before. And her 3 roommates were even smarter. These girls were so smart that we were shocked that we'd ever met anybody that intelligent. And Amy Coney Barrett, on the other hand, is a Supreme Court justice just like Katanji, even though her qualifications are minuscule compared to Katanji's. Maybe that's the affirmative action we've been getting. White people who are essentially mediocre in scale compared to a black person getting the spot because they wanted a conservative. Maybe the way that JD Vance got into Yale is because they were tired of just letting in white men from New York, from Choate, from all the elite schools, and they wanted an Appalachian white. That's how that man got into Yale, I promise you. Same thing with Ronda Santis from a small town in Florida. They wanted to just get out of the New York, D.C. matrix, Massachusetts matrix, and let somebody into Harvard and Yale who came from a different place. He came from Florida. Baby, that's also affirmative action and DEI. So before y'all start going crazy about DEI just meaning they let black people in just on the basis of being black, think a little more critically. And think about the fact that it's also disabled people, military veterans, people who come from Appalachia, white folks who come from Alaska and different places that they don't normally come from, indigenous people, Latinos, Asians. And the last thing I'll say about this, for all of y'all people on Fox that are going to clip this because y'all mad about affirmative action, because yes, I embrace affirmative action because I belonged at Harvard and I was smarter than all the legacies I went to school with, who only were there because they were rich and their parents had a name on one of the buildings and they didn't go to class and I did. So I'm just going to let y'all know that we see affirmative action as these schools searching for people they wouldn't have ordinarily found without deliberately looking for us. They would have just let the same mediocre white men from rich families in. But instead, they let me in. And because of that, you now have the ability to attack me, right wingers. You have the ability to know who I am when I don't know who most of y'all are. But you know me because affirmative action brought me your way. Tell the Lord, thank you. Be grateful for all that God has given you. God knows what God is doing. She a smart, smart lady.
She's probably black.